if I have child support arrears, am I going to be receiving a stimulus check under this new stimulus package? The short answer is that if you have a arrearage owed for child support, you will likely not be receiving a stimulus check, or you will be receiving a stimulus check that is reduced based on the arrearage that you owe.
I think that in terms of the rebate, it's going to be based on your most recently filed tax return. So if you haven't filed 2019 yet, it's going to be based on 2018. Whoever claimed the child, if it's a post-judgment case, so after the parties have already been divorced, it's going to be based on whatever their agreement says. And if it's a pending divorce case where the parties have filed jointly, I think that that's an issue that we would encourage our clients to try to work together to reach some type of an agreement, or it's within the court's discretion as to how they're going to allocate that rebate.
Whether or not the stimulus check would be considered gross income for the purposes of child support. And I think it's important to address that. It may be considered gross income. I know it's not going to be taxable income, but there's a wide expanse as to what we include in income. But you still have to recognize that for any modification of child support or maintenance, it has to be a substantial change in your income, and likely the amounts that we're seeing and what will be distributed wouldn't constitute a substantial change in circumstances for most parties. You also have to recognize that if you're receiving it, likely the other party is as well. And if they're eligible, they're going to have some level of offset that's going to reduce and probably eliminate the fact that there would be consideration of a substantial change in economic circumstances to warrant review of a maintenance or child support modification. The $500 rebate related to a dependency exemption that might be claimed is absolutely going to follow along with the federal directive of looking at the most recent income tax return on file. And so if you claimed that exemption, likely you're going to receive that $500 rebate back. But that is not the end of that analysis. You should be mindful of the fact that because there is only one rebate allocated for each child, you need to share in that rebate proportionate to the placement schedule that you currently exercise under your existing order. So if there's primary placement to you, certainly you may be entitled to that entire check. But if you are under a shared placement schedule, it should be proportionate to the placement schedule that's being exercised. And I would share in the notion that if you are pending divorce and there are not final directives in place, that you likely either need to agree to split that equally or hold it in trust until there can be a final ruling on that issue.